It had to be that way for me, and the reason why is halfway through the third act, Nomak becomes the anti-hero in a sense.
Yeah.
This is when he finds out about his dad and, him being infected and all these things, to us to be able to actually have a little bit of sympathy or empathy for Nomak. He was like, in a sense, the bastard child that was done wrong by his family.
Yeah.
And, he was put in this position and he didn't want to be put in this position. Now he has to fight Blade, and this was, he killed his sister or did what he did to his sister before the fight.
Yep.
So, this, like you said, the anger, so I'm not saying I felt more for Nomak than Blade. I mean, I knew Blade was going to win the fight, but I'm glad that Nomak got the best of Blade. He had a little bit more at risk, than Blade, so yeah, I think it worked.
And I think it worked. You make a great point too, because you're beginning to like Nomak. He's running through, he's destroying all the guards. He legit has a gripe against his father for what he became.
Right.
But then it was smart for him to go after Nyssa. No, I don't like Nyssa's arc though, because in the beginning she fights Blade. They have a fair fight.
Uh-huh.
And at the end she just becomes like, no, brother, no. Like, she's a badass, and they kind of took that away from her.
Yeah.
Which is, it does. We have an episode about Blade too. If you guys ever want to listen to it, I go further into that. But I think it's smart. I guess they had to do that because you have this anti-hero. You kind of understand him. He's becoming this guy who wants revenge. But I think when he kills Nyssa, you realize he's gone too far, and you kind of think, oh, I have to root against this guy now because he has a good backstory, but he just killed his sister, and she's so. And then that, for Blade to see that, makes him angry, and then it kind of gives the good guy, bad guy fight. So yeah, I mean, like, on a psychological level, this fight's handled really well as well.
Right, they threw the love story element because that was more or less Blade's love interest. Nyssa was.
Yeah.
So you kill Blade's love interest, in which the first film he had a love interest. She makes it. But in this one, they had to, I guess, pull out all the stops and, it's going to kill the sister and you're going to have to kill the brother.
All right. Your favorite part of this fight? What's your favorite part? You kind of touched on it briefly, but what's your favorite part?
On the Nomak, but maybe when Nomak grabs Blade's leg and spins him around, right?
Oh, man.
That was great. That came out of nowhere for me because this whole fight scene, they're hitting each other. Right.
Mm-hmm.
But then Nomak says, you know what? I'm going to grab you and I'm going to smack you around a little bit. Right. and see if you can recover from this one. So I think that was. And then when Blade, as they explained, and I believe it was in the middle of the second act, that these vampires have like double ribs or something to protect from getting to their heart. So Blade understood that and remembered that and stuck the blade up under his rib to get to his heart. So I like how Guillermo del Toro kind of took the audience into Nomak's body.
Oh, yeah.
Where this blade is going, so I enjoyed that.
Yeah, you see it squishing right in there.
Yeah, it went right in.
That was cool.
Yeah.
So I'm going elbow drop all day long. And then I like at the end how they're exhausted. I mean, they're just beat. And I dig that.
You don't like it or you do like it?
No, I love it. Elbow drop is number one, but I like that both of them by the end of it were just need some Gatorade. They need some Blooderade.
Yeah, that was good. I mean, you don't usually see that in fight scenes where both of them are exhausted. They made the fight realistic.
Yeah.
As mentioned, in a fight, a 3-minute fight in the ring, you're exhausted after your first round.
Oh, yeah.
This was a bloody, I'm going to spin you around, throw you around, elbows. Of course you're going to be exhausted. So Del Toro brought, some realism to the film.
I love it, man. So you have something, you think Blade 2 is better than Blade 1?
Yeah, so my thing is, as far as franchises are concerned, we got Godfather 1 and Godfather 2, and people argue which one is better. We got Alien and Aliens. I don't think there's an argument there, but you got Cameron against Scott. That right there is tough. But this Blade 1 and Blade 2, I mean, if it wasn't for 1, there'd be no 2, but I actually think 2 surpassed 1.
Oh,
It's
wow.
still one is the classic, the cult classic for me. But we're talking about production design. We're talking about fight sequences. We're talking about actors. I like Stephen Dorff, but Ron Perlman,
Yeah.
Broadway, you know. So you have a lot of elements in two, and just the build up. I don't think we had a chance to breathe in two, as far as the fight scenes are concerned, and
Yeah.
just everything that went involved. So yeah, I mean, if anybody listening, Godfather 1, Godfather 2, Aliens, and Blade 1 and Blade 2. Those are the three films or the three franchises where arguably which one is better, one or two.
So I'm going, this is I'm going to go Godfather 2 because I love De Niro,
Uh-huh.
right? And then I'm going to go Alien because
Really?
and I'm going to go Alien and Blade. And it's exactly like, so if this is sentimental. So I guess I can say I prefer. I can't say one's better because that's just, there's no way to even tell.
Yeah. I'm not saying better.
Oh,
yeah. Well, yeah.
I guess I just want to preface that because people get so people are like, man, they're not better. I'm like, no, I didn't mean better. I just like them better. But I like how Alien and I like how Blade set up the worlds. So is Blade 2 a better action movie? Yeah. Does Blade 2 have better, like, more likable actors? Yeah. Does it have a better villain? Yeah. Does it have more blood? Yeah. Does it have elbow drops? Yeah.
Mathematically, Mark, you're not making sense, but keep going.
How about personally on a first is best thing? That's what they laid the foundation, so I appreciate that.
I agree, but sometimes when you make one thing and you don't realize what you have, it's kind of hard to do something that you can have an actual table discussion on which one resonates more, which one you feel was a better film. Not better, a preferable film.
Yeah.
Because most ones, was hands down, like the one was great. And I agree with you, but I think Cameron took advantage of the dynamic of the group. And if you think about it, Blade 2 might have followed Aliens because we had Alien 1, right? Then we had the group in Aliens 2. In Blade 1, it was just Blade and Whistler. In Blade 2, you had the group.
Yep.
Right? So it might have followed that kind of, that structure. I just still think it was great. Preferably, I will take Del Toro over
Stephen Norrington.
Yeah. Even though I think he did really good. Norrington, he did good with the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. I think he did pretty good with that one. But I think Blade was his. Blade, he did an awesome job with Blade. So, it's left up to argument. Depending on what day you catch me on, I'll go.
Changes every day of the week.
Yeah, it does. Especially with Godfather 1 and 2, it changes. But with Aliens, I say Aliens for me, Blade 2 for me. Godfather 1 and 2 is depending on what day you catch me on, I'll go either one.
You know what I think it is? The one I've seen most recently. Because I just watched Alien again for a podcast.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, this is my favorite. Or I'm sure if I watch Godfather 1 again, I'll be like, oh, I like that more than 2. But then I'll watch 2 and I'm like, oh, I like 2 more than 1.
Yeah.
It's like whatever's freshest in the memory. But no, hey, man, thank you for joining me and talking about some elbow drops and vampire fights.
I appreciate being on, talking about Blade. Get me at any time. We can do this again anytime, Mark.
Sounds good. Yeah, this was a lot of fun. So for me, Mark Hoffmeyer, and for Hakim Robinson, this is Movies, Films, and Flicks, Final Fights. We'll see you next week.